Hi, Year 10. So for activity 3 today, I'm going to take you through the Jeremy Lin text and my analysis of the Jeremy Lin text. Okay, so this is an exemplar analysis. So when we looked at the text type yesterday, we basically uncovered that it is what we call an online tabloid. So an online tabloid, or a tabloid actually, is traditionally a smaller printed style of newspaper. So I would write this down in your book. Now also found online, because tabloids are found online. If you think of Snapchat News, if you think of BuzzFeed, and usually it uses sensationalism. If you don't know what sensationalism means, I would hop on Google and find a definition for it and write that in your book. It's not usually highly intellectual in content, and generally we see that in layout it uses large fonts and images. Okay, so if you think of all of those things and you go back to the Jeremy Lin text, it definitely ticks all of those boxes, and that is why it is a tabloid, but it's found online. And when we talk about an online text is actually its own text type as well. So, the definition of an online text is usually a collection of web pages, including media content like images, videos, and perhaps ads as well. If you go back to the Jeremy Lin text, you'll see that there are lots of images. There are actually videos. I know that you can't obviously click on the video yourself because it's a printed text, um, or one that I've printed for you, and there are some ads and banners around the side. So, when we look at the textual features um, of an electronic text or an online text, I'm going to take you through what are stylistic features and what are structural features. And so, what I'm about to explain to you are structural features. It means we're looking at the formal layout of a text, okay, and that's how we know it is an online text. So, structural features of an online text, okay, other things that I have here on the left hand side. Usually there is a menu, usually there is a logo, there's a header, a slider, and if you have a look here on the right hand side, you can see the menu is usually at the top here. I can click on items. We have a header, which is usually the name of the website or the topic of the page, and you'll see that on the Jeremy Lin text. There's a logo. I think the logo for the Jeremy Lin website is Distractify, and you should see it on the left hand side there. There might be a call to action, like getting you to sign a petition or getting you to click on and read more on something. We also have in the Jeremy Lin text as well hyperlinking. Anything that is underlined in a different color in your text, and you know that when you scroll through a text online, if it's underlined, it means you can click on it and it'll take you to another page or something similar about the topic. It's very block like in structure. So it just has very few words sometimes, but it's very image, text, image, text, image, text all the way through. Um, there is also buttons. There's usually a shot right in the middle that is the subject, of the article or of the text. So we can see a really big picture of Jeremy Lin right in the beginning. We also have things. I'm going to go back to my list on the left hand side here. So a footer. You don't have a footer because I haven't actually given you the whole entire text. I've just given you half of it. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs, I'm going to explain in a second, but also you might see social media buttons, which are definitely in the Jeremy Lin text as well. There are links to Facebook and Twitter and things like that. Now, when we talk about breadcrumbs, guys, you probably already know what these are, but you didn't know they're called breadcrumbs. It's when we have, I guess, like a set of links that take us to a particular location. So we start with home at the first level, we go to the next topic and the next topic and the next topic, and it's kind of like following breadcrumb trails. Okay? So, the audience of this text are online users. They might be NBA fans. They could also be followers of trending topics or people who have the same cultural heritage as Jeremy Lin. Okay. So on the left hand side here, I've got clues that tell me this. Someone who perhaps likes entertainment or trending or things about sport. But also it says Asian NBA star. So anyone who's a fan of the NBA or anyone who might be of Asian descent might choose to read this text. Okay. So these are perhaps primary audiences and maybe secondary audiences as well. When we look now at the purpose of the text really clearly is to defend and also victimize the NBA player Jeremy Lin, and also to highlight that the actions taken against him are quite unfair. It also tries to portray Jeremy Lin, as a classy hero,